George Lucas was recently asked what he thinks the health of the industry, the health of the cinematic industry, will be in the next 10 years, and the father of Star Wars in his own inimitable way kind of outlined what a lot of the YouTubers have been saying for a while. The same thing as it is now. The stories they're telling are just old movies. Let's do a sequel. Let's do another version of this movie. There's no original thinking. The big studios, they don't have an imagination. And yeah, I mean, you take a look at the release schedule, especially for next year, and it's sequel after sequel after sequel. I think there's that Project Hail Mary, even though that's an adaptation, but I guess you could say that is somewhat original. But everything else is incredibly derivative. There aren't any studios willing to take a gamble on a new IP because there's so much money, there's so much bloat in the industry that they're, very much prisoners of their own making. And so the most creative stuff that has come out in the past couple of years, has come from the indie space. And instead of learning any appropriate lessons from that, Hollywood has just decided, you know what we need to do? We need to bring Michael Bay back and do another Transformers movie because that'll sell well, because Disney, whenever they do have $1 billion hit on their hands, it's just a sequel. Yeah, it's just a live action remake. Yeah, sure, for every Snow White that comes out, you get a Lilo and Stitch. So yes, George Lucas's damning indictment to the industry is a far more accurate and far more saddening than I think we even realize right now. That's the old Star Wars regime, okay? What's going on over there right now, okay? What is one of those big studios, okay? What is Lucasfilm up to? Well, apparently, Kathleen Kennedy, who is actually like a secret genius, guys, okay? Because she wanted to go ahead with The Hunt for Ben Solo, but it was evil Bob Iger that stopped her. God, that was such a pathetic storyline running in October. Thank God that didn't catch on. But a movie that I'm sure Disney probably wants as a make good for some of their previously spurned audiences. It's simultaneously trying to be something brand new, but also be a bridge from the past to the present. But Kathleen Kennedy told Sean Levy to avoid legacy Star Wars characters in Starfighter. Well, given the fact that Starfighter is supposed to take place after the sequel trilogy, if we're talking legacy characters, I just completely take everybody that's in the sequel trilogy off the table because there's nothing legendary about any of those characters. But then I'm wondering, it's who's even still alive from the OT and even the prequel trilogy? Well, probably the Emperor, because somehow he returned. According to hints from director Sean Levy, his upcoming Star Wars Starfighter will be unlike anything fans have seen before. Levy is clear that the do something new mandate isn't something he demanded before coming on board, but it is an instruction coming from Lucasfilm head Kathleen Kennedy to avoid legacy Star Wars characters. Levy told Vanity Fair that he was hoping to make a Star Wars movie since Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012. And while waiting for the callback, he turned his efforts towards projects like Free Guy, Stranger Things, and Deadpool and Wolverine. Yay, fantastic. But in August 2022, Levy finally received the long-awaited phone call to adventure. Oh, I hate that. She, Kennedy, said, "I want you to do a Star Wars movie." I asked the obvious question, which one? This is all the way back in August of 2022, and then it took them until April of this year to confirm that movie is in development. I gotta press X to doubt. I'd imagine that this was probably a very hasty call on the heels of Deadpool and Wolverine. But anyways, so yes, he got the call about Kennedy wanting him to do a Star Wars movie. I asked the obvious question, which one? What's it a prequel to? What's it a sequel to? And the immediate answer was, whatever one you want. Make it feel like your movies. One of the most generic filmmakers in the biz today. Yeah, I want you to make it feel like one of your movies. Okay, cool. Anything that used to be in the 3 for $5 bin at Walmart. Yeah, okay. It's just, this is incredibly empowering opportunity. But yes, if that sounds eerily familiar, there's a reason for that. During the promotion, the acolyte Kathleen Kennedy told the New York Times that after reading an early draft of the script, the acolyte script, in 2019, she had a message for showrunner Leslie Headland. "You've written a great Star Wars show. You've written a great Star Wars show, really. Now go write a Leslie Headland show." Jesus Christ. And that has worked out so well for the health of Star Wars, right? But it's not just an acolyte problem. We'll circle around back to that because there's apparently trouble on other sets. We haven't heard anything in regards to Starfighter, so perhaps, Sean Levy, maybe he really is the answer. Maybe he is the guy that has been missing from the success formula for Lucasfilm all these years. Because over in the Dave Filoni side of things, okay, over in Ahsoka 2 world, there's an actor who quit, but I thought they wrapped up with principal photography. That would be an interesting little turn of events. But yes, Star Wars actor quits Ahsoka Season 2 over a pay dispute. Oh god, how bad are things over there at Lucasfilm where they're bouncing checks? Deadline has confirmed that Claudia Black will not appear in Ahsoka Season 2 despite being invited back to reprise her role as Clotho? Sure, one of the Night Sisters. Oh, okay, cool. Aligned with Grand Admiral Thrawn. Oh my god, he's throoning. He's a throoner. But yo, this is kind of funny. Okay, so the actress says the issue came down to pay, specifically that Disney couldn't compensate her enough for her responsibilities she carries as a single mother. But as the story made the rounds, fans noticed something a little off about this framing, given the fact that Claudia Black's children are both adults, grown men ages 20 and 18, but she's like a single mom though. Seriously, bro? Okay, Chris Braley of Bleeding Fool highlighted on X that Black's single mom justification ignores one tiny detail. Yes, her children are grown-ass adults, not toddlers, not grade schoolers, adults, rent-paying, legally voting, ramen-boiling adults. So yes, Claudia Black will not be in the red garb with the white makeup, and honestly, I don't know which. I've got a funny idea which one Claudia Black is, and I think that would be probably a little bit more accurate than Lucasfilm would want you to believe. But yeah, she declined Season 2's offer because Disney, which is structuring things differently these days, could not pay me what I needed to be paid as a single mother to keep all my responsibilities going at home in Los Angeles. It was not something that they could make happen, and therefore I had to bow out for Season 2. But these are the type of people. These are the type of people that Disney and Lucasfilm cultivate and have brought into their inner circle after they have kicked out longtime fans that have made Star Wars a brand worthy of billions of dollars in order to acquire. And now that casual fans are gone, hardcore fans have been turned off for years, what's left? Well, the people that would lead to Amandla Stenberg getting quote-unquote bullied off of Instagram. We haven't got confirmation on this, but it's about the closest thing that we could surmise. Amandla Stenberg attacked by progressive activists for stealing roles from dark-skinned black women. Here we go, man. The progressive stack continues to eat its own. Hilarious. It's not enough that she's, non-binary or something like that. It's not enough that she plays the victim card everywhere that she goes. It's that she just doesn't have enough melanin in her skin. Hollywood is full of irony, but few moments capture it quite like the backlash against Amandla Stenberg by progressive activists now exploding across social media. For years, Amandla has positioned herself as one of Hollywood's loudest progressive voices, attacking conservatives, lecturing audiences about identity politics, and promoting herself as a champion for marginalized groups, particularly in franchises like Star Wars. But now, the very activists she catered to are the ones coming after her. This has been going on for months, and it came to a head after Stenberg deleted her Instagram account right as activists launched a prolonged campaign against her for allegedly stealing roles from dark-skinned black women. As the YouTube channel, Steph from My Nerdy Home laid out, it wasn't a sudden flare-up. According to host Steph, the backlash has been building for months. Steph connects the timeline bluntly, the colorism criticism, the casting controversy, the non-stop TikTok call-outs, and it's possible that is what led to her running off of social media. Not Star Wars fans, not conservative critics, her own ideological sphere. And it's absolutely hilarious that this is what's left, man. That's the Star Wars fandom. Those are the type of freaks that are out there that want you to hashtag renew the acolyte. Those are the Force's female types. Those are the people cheering on when, Anakin, he Vadered, it's red. That's what you want. That's what you got. This is what you get. Sucks to suck, I guess. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.